So then, why is collaborative learning important? Well, one thing is that research has shown us that it's important. It's shown us that children learn from interacting with others. And also, collaboration is one of the 21st century learning skills. If you remember, there are 4 21st century learning skills. All of them begin with C, actually. Can you tell me what the other ones are? Yeah, critical thinking, communication, good. What's the last one? Creativity, yeah, creativity. And what's interesting as well is that collaboration, if you think about it, maybe sometimes it's a bit neglected as one of the 21st century learning skills. Really, all of the others, critical thinking, creativity and communication, are best developed in collaboration with other people. One of the main things is that we really need to include each and every student in our activities. And we can do that in really simple ways. Sometimes, when we ask a question to the whole class, we might ask a question and just the usual students put up their hand. Yeah, you know this situation. But we can say, for example, if you know the answer to this question, put up your left hand. And if you don't know the answer to this question, put up your right hand. And then immediately, even in this small, simple situation, we've involved everybody. Another important thing is need. And when I say need, I mean the students need to have a reason. They need to collaborate. They need to have a reason. They need to have a purpose. This is like a barrier game. It's called a barrier game because students work in pairs. You put some kind of barrier, like a book, between the middle so they can't see each other's work, and then they need each other. They have to share information. For example, in this case, on the left, a student has got a template with numbered pictures, and the other student has got the numbered template and the picture card separately. So the first student has to describe a picture. For example, number 1, it's a ruler, so the other students can put the picture in the correct place. Okay, so another thing which is important for collaborative learning, we've talked about need, but of course students also need us. So we have to provide support for students if we want them to learn collaboratively. Can you think of the kind of language which students might need to collaborate well? Okay, very clear and simple things, yeah. I agree, what do you think? Yes, exactly, this kind of things. Exactly, it's my turn, this kind of thing. So functional language, like the language of agreeing and disagreeing, asking for clarification, what do you mean? Giving opinions, that's a good idea, or stating preference, making suggestions. This kind of language is very useful for students to collaborate and collaborate politely. Another part of the support that we can give is in our planning. One of the things that we could plan really is thinking about the sizes of our groups that we're going to use in the classroom. So I'm going to ask you a little bit of a strange question about size. Does size matter? But in particular, does group size matter? What do you think? Type yes or no in the chat box. Does it matter? Ooh, everybody, yes, resounding yeses. Okay, okay, yes it does. And there are going to be advantages and disadvantages of different group sizes, obviously. Okay, so another really major thing we need to think about is that we need to make sure that we're integrating collaborative learning into everyday teaching, because, we have loads of things we have to cover. We can't just treat it as, go into the class one day and say, today we're doing collaboration. It doesn't work like that. We just need to look for opportunities where we can include a bit of collaboration in our teaching. Another important thing is to reflect. So this is a kind of a learning cycle of reflective practice, and you could start this cycle anywhere, but we'll start with plan because it kind of fits my session. So if we plan as much as we can, then try it out because we've got to try it. And then we need to take some time to evaluate a little bit. And then we can reflect. We can ask ourselves questions, about, well, something probably went well, what went well? Or why? What didn't go well, And it is a cycle. We need to just keep going around it. We need to keep trying it. And I think the last thing that's very important is that we need to enjoy it. because it's a wonderful opportunity to collaborate with the students in our classes most of the time. We are learning from them as well, and I think that the more positivity we can bring to activities, the more interest that we show in the students and their ideas and their opinions and their views and their crazy notions, all of this breeds, positivity breeds positivity. So really, I think if we really want to make collaborative learning happen in the classroom, we need to think about these main things, and then hopefully we can inspire true collaboration in our classroom.